Hello guys, welcome to our video. So it's been a while since I posted anything, and that's because I was waiting for rad systems to get a little bit stable. All right, so very first things we're going to look at is just a brief introduction. So I'm just going to show you something I'm working on, but since this is just something easy, we can be using it. So I'm going to show you how to add some typography, and you're also going to look at how to make our mobile application look a little bit better. So some typography is something like this. So if you see here, we have this all the way up to this level, but maybe assuming maybe I want to have these maybe I want to have it display lower bigger details than this. So as you can see, this is something that is trimmed, and if you click on comments here, you can see now we can see the whole page. So what I'm going to show you to do on how to do it is not display this, but I'm going to show you how to make this look smaller here. And I'm also going to show you how to actually make it fit on your device. So that is something that we want to look at. So if you look at this from a mobile device, you see it goes all the way up to this point, but we cannot see past that, so we have ellipses. So that is something in Quasar we call typography. So it's just basically some small classes you can be using. Okay, so now what I'm working on is this. So very first things you're going to look at is just how to make your details look just like mine. So I'm working on this. So this is some tournament application I'm working on. So if you see these, the way it looks on a mobile device is different from how it looks on a desktop device. As you can see, it looks a little bit different. Don't worry about the forever loading icon. All right, so let's go ahead and look at that. So if you go to Quasar, we have classes. Now in Quasar, we have few different classes. Now let's just go back to my project. So if you look closely here, I have this div class which contains all of this, and I have this div class over here which contains all of this. But now you should note that these are two div classes that are similar. So if you look at this props.row.player1 and you come back and look at these, you see they are two similar, but they are not showing here. They are not both of them are not showing here. The reason being is that Quasar allows you to do some few things. Now if you do something like this, div class is equals to then you can let your class and come here and say something like LT MD. You can do GT SM. So what this means is this is less than, that is why they have it as LT. That's just the abbreviation for less than. All right, and this is the abbreviation for greater than. Now if you do your research right, you realize we do something like this, call SM12. So this is to tell your application that we are dealing with a screen that is small, and I want you to take the whole screen size of that size. So the columns size go all the way up to 12. So what we want to do is to make this column fit on a small device whole screen. Then we do something like call MD12. So now this tells our application that I want you to fit on all medium devices, fit the whole screen all the way up to 12. Then we do call LG12. So this just basically tells the application I want you to fit on all large devices all the way up to 12. Now this is where this is what I'm trying to tell you now. LG stands for large, SM stands for small, MD stands for medium. Now with that in mind, let's come here and look at this. So less than medium, So less than medium means that this div class will only be viewable on small devices. If we come here and say GTSM, so this is greater than small. So this basically means that our application will be viewable on only small devices. Now let's come back here and look at what I've done in our div class. So I've just set this div class to all of this, and I've said when it's greater than small. So if I remove this, okay, and I publish my application, as you can see, this is what I can see on a desktop device, and I'm actually doing these two of them so that I can be able to filter the way they appear on a mobile device. So if I filter this, you will realize I have this top one and this bottom one, which is basically the same thing. All right. So if you look at this, it's basically the same thing, but they are looking differently. That is because I have designed this to look different on either mobile device or a desktop device. Now, if I go back and put only need this to be viewable on a greater than small device, then that is going to be hidden for small devices. Now, if I come down here and go to where I have this less than medium, so we are only displaying this for those that are less than a medium screen size. Okay, so if we go back to our application, so what we expect to see is that now these that we had hidden for a mobile device, we can now see them even on desktop devices. So if I go back here and just return what I have, that is going to be working fine. Now another thing I want to show you is how to do this. So you can see this is an inline edit and it's actually working. So if I click here and change this to 22 and I save that, then we should have this saved as a 22. So what I want to show here is how you can actually customize these pages according to your liking. Okay, so a rad system does not come with these cards. These are just some cards that I have created. So if I publish this so that I can solve that, so these cards you can get them from Quasar. You just need to come here and type card, and it's going to give you the cards that you need. But for mine, these are not cards, these are list items. So you can just come here and look for a list. And what I did is that I just scrolled through the list items and I picked the one I wanted, of which it was where is it? This one. So this is what I picked, and I customized it to look something like this. So this is what I wanted. Now remember, the icons that come with Quasar, they are not the same as the icons you have, so you might experience some problems with the icons. So all you do is you need to go to your project menu, then you need to click on wherever, pick here, and then you're just going to search for an icon. You can double click it, then you're just going to copy that icon, and wherever that your code requires you to add an icon, somewhere like here, you just come add a name here, just change the icon you have and fit in your icon. So what I did in my application here is that I can be able to edit. I can edit here if I want, and so hey, we are waiting for you. All right, so there you go. I can edit if I want, and now I can also edit from here, just like we have agreed. So yeah, so now what I want to do is make this button to be functional, the delete button. So if I go back to my page, I don't have to go back again. Now here is something that you can check out. So if you see these are breadcrumbs, I'm just going to teach you something real quick as we are going on. Now if you come back here and set show breadcrumbs to false, then you come back to your custom view here, you'll notice that you have already seen this. So normally, in case you don't know this is just a trick you can be using. Instead of having to create a new page so that you can have this again, you can just click here, regenerate page view, and it's going to regenerate your application anew. No, not really the page anew. So as you can see now, you have the breadcrumbs disappearing. So what we want to do is get the delete button. You need to go all the way down to where we have the delete button. Let's go. So our delete button is here. This is the view button. The icon, this is the edit button, and this is the delete button. So we only need to check to take this. So this click event, just copy this. Now these are already events that are made in every page, and we are already working on the same page. So we just need to look for our delete button here. So here we go, we have our delete button. Just paste it in there, and we also need to paste it in our mobile view in here. Okay, wherever you paste it is not a problem as long as you do it the right way. So we come back to our application, you just need to check our progress here, and we should be able to make a delete. Hey, what's the problem? Okay, still generating. Right, there we go. So we should now be able to make a delete for our application, but I'm not going to do a delete because I don't want to delete my apps, but you can actually test it on your side and it's actually going to work for you. So just reload that. So so if we try and delete this, you'll be able to actually get this to be deletable. Now we had talked about our typography. So if you come here and type ellipses, it's just going to take you to where ellipses is. I guess it's basically typography. So what we have very many classes here. So this is the visibilities. Yeah, in the visibilities. You can use these classes as you like. So these classes, you use them in any what do you call it? In any page you feel like you need to use this. So if we come here and we go to where we have something like tournament here, and we light a lot of nonsense, you can just decide to light a lot of nonsense here, but it's going to take a lot of space. So what we need to do is just come to where we have ellipses. So we have the first ellipsis, which says truncates text and shows ellipses when not enough space is available. You can use it that shows for 2 lines or for 3 lines, but I'm going to go with the first one, which is the ellipsis. Just copy that, come back and put it in our class right about here. So just save that. So what we expect to see is when we go back to our application, we'll be having a lot of text here, which will not be fitting in our screen perfectly. And we want this to be automatically hidden by Quasar, right? When you type in the ellipsis, it's just basically going to hide it for you. So I guess I wrote this for the mobile device. Just inspect this so that we have it for the mobile device. And here we go. As you can see, this cannot really fit in the screen. So what Quasar does is that it hides the rest of the text for you, so that you can manage whatever you want. So for example, for the blogs, the way I've done it somewhere here, I don't know if that is the page, is the page right here. So what it does, in case you're working on a blog and where maybe a blog shows you some small text and maybe tells you come read more, so that's basically the same idea here. So you can actually use the ellipses to hide these fields for you. So yeah, so unfortunately I've been working on some course videos, so that's why I've not been making YouTube videos as often. But I hope today we have learned something, and this will be the beginning of our tutorials as we progress, and we will be learning new stuff. Let's run Quasar together. I'm also new to Quasar, but awesome. Let's learn Quasar together, and maybe in the near future I'll be making a video on how to import new dashboards, new UI. In case you don't like Quasar, we'll be using free Vue.js UI to work with the application. So that will be it for this video, guys. See you in the next one.